In this short demonstration, I'm going to show how DocuSign CLM can use extractions from DocuSign Insight to create multiple documents within the DocuSign CLM repository. To start off with, I'm going to select my CSA file that I'm going to submit to the DocuSign Insight platform. This could be a document that's uploaded through CLM or generated from CLM as well. I'm going to click next. I'll get a summary form just confirming that my CSA document will be submitted. And when I click save, what this will do is this will submit the document to the DocuSign Insight platform where extractions will take place. If I head over to Insight, I can see the CSA file in the Insight system where extractions will take place, pulling lists such as a list of funds and associated currency and minimum transfer amounts associated with each fund. The specifics of the extracts will be covered in the Insight portion. If I return back to DocuSign CLM, I can see my CSA file stored against the clients. And if I navigate through to the document, when the document is returned from DocuSign Insight with a list of extractions, that data can be assigned against attributes within DocuSign CLM. So if I take a particular focus on the funds in the umbrella portion of the CSA and focus on the applicable section within the agreement, we can see on the middle here, we've got a list of 4 funds. For instance, Wayne Enterprise IM Maturity 2022 Fund, Wayne Enterprise IM US High Yield FMP 2022. And we can see on the left-hand side here, attributes collecting the fund name, the currency, such as in the document, because the base currency and eligible currency is USD, minimum transfer amount is 500,000. The definition of interest rates also pulled from this agreement as well. And this is collated as a repeating attribute for each fund. So we can see down below the second fund, and in total there are 4 funds that are, in this example, collated against this agreement. And so what this can be used for is to drive the logic and trigger for generating additional agreements. And in this example, we are going to generate 4 CCATs that will map to each fund that's come from the CSA file. So now that I've refreshed my page, I can see my 4 CCATs mapped against each fund. So if I, for instance, take the bottom CCAT here, the IM US High Yield FMP 2022, what we can see on this file, firstly, there's been 4 files generated because there were 4 sub-funds that we pulled from the CSA. And we can see in this example here, so this is the High Yield FMP 2022, we can see that the currency is American dollars, both base currency and eligible currency, which if I look back against the original file, we can see that that aligns with the original file as well. And if I scroll over here, we can also see, for instance, the minimum transfer amount, also 500,000 USD, which again also aligns with what's in the file, the original CSA file, along with, for instance, the definition of the interest rate as well, which is also mapped to the original file. And this applies, for instance, for, I take again the IM Maturity 2023 Fund. This also applies to each individual document that's been generated, where for each agreement, the relevant data is pulled across as well. So here, the Wayne Enterprises IM Maturity Fund 2023. If I scroll over to the CSA file, scroll down below, we can see here the 2023 fund. So this one example, it's euros, and the euros 500,000 minimum transfer amount. And here we can see euro is selected as yes, again with the euro 500,000 minimum transfer amount. So all in all, this shows an example where data pulled from extracts pulled from DocuSign Insight is mapped to attributes in CLM, and how those attributes in CLM can be used to drive agreement generation within the CLM platform with relevant data populated in each agreement.